All right. So as we were saying, the A minor arpeggio, you can do it from the C, E, G tripentatonic box right here. That would be C. Okay, then E. Whoops. And going up in G. Back down in C. Alright, that's a tripentatonic box there. And what are we looking at? A double one with some overlap. So this is the ADE tripentatonic box. And then for E, then back to A. Right. It's in the key of C. So we have these two boxes. So they're not just unrelated. Okay, they're not caged up like too small of a cage. It makes complete sense because this is the root, this is the fourth, and this is the fifth. And when you superimpose three major pentatonic triads, you get the diatonic 5, 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root, etc., etc. And over here the same thing with all of them. So what I set out to show is that now this is the Aeolian, so blue is the hint here, is that you can do the piano-like arpeggio here, root 6 root 3, 6 root 3. Okay, that spans the two boxes, and that's why we came up with it in the first place. Had to warp that. I had to warp that 5 over in a hurry. That root rather, which was yellow on mine. Now, in each of these boxes, we can do the scale. We can do the arpeggio. From here, we start 6 root. Okay, 2 is not part of it. I should put the numbers down here. 6 root 3. Okay, so 2 is not part of it. That's a don't care. So it's 6 root 3, because remember the AR cage is pretty big. It's done in red here, and then this one's done in yellow. Okay, 6 root 3, 6 root 3, 6. You can do it. It's just that there's going to be a different inversion. So starting from a relative root of that minor, it's a relative root of itself. Okay, we're going to end up in the relative first inversion of it, which is root 3, 6, which is like a C6 chord. You know, I'm not going to rattle this off that fast. I could read it off the thing. Easy. Whenever you're going straight up, you know, you just grab on with that finger and go straight up. Same thing can be done in the cage before it. Alright? And you might be wondering, how am I ever going to play this without the chart? Well, the thing to do first is learn and accept and understand and trust the chart first. Then figure out ways like, how am I going to play this without, how am I going to play this without the chart? And you'll find there are ways to do it. I do it at night, you know, when I'm really quiet, and I just start playing maybe some patterns, you know, patterns. 5, 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2, 3. Whatever. It turns out to be some kind of Phrygian third on the bottom there. I know it's rough. You know, so sometimes you have to add an extra note to the patterns. It's not always necessary, but that's not the subject of what we're doing. What I'm saying is I can play in the dark with that thing. You know, I just need to see a little bit where I am. And so can you. So while we're on the subject, so if I wanted to play this arpeggio right here, this one, all right, without looking at the chart. Okay, we can look at the chart, but I'm saying, how would you play it without the chart? Right there in the purple there, okay? How would we play that without the chart? So we know you'd start by E. So you have to define, what are you playing? Well, I wanted to play an A minor arpeggio. Okay, well, first of all, A minor's right here. And if you think of the A minor tone numbers, all right, your A minor is going to be the sixth, the root, and the third. So you think of this in your head: sixth, the root, and the third in the key of C or whatever. That's what A minor, the sixth minor. If you're dealing in the key of D, the sixth minor would be B minor. All right, so the relative root arpeggio of B minor would be B, D, F sharp, and A. Actually, and back up to B there. But you would do it in numbers. It would be 6 root, G, D being the root, and then 3 being F sharp, and back up to the octave there. So it works in any key. All right, so in the key of C here, we are going to do an arpeggio. So we know we got this A minor here, right? Or in the key of C. We want to do an arpeggio, and we don't want to mess it up. We want to stay in this this box here, all right, without doing something like. All right. So how do we go about that? Well, looking at this, it can be played. It's really open to root. So it's just like. So really, you've got most of it just by pressing an A minor, except for the root. So it'd be. You might hear somebody playing that, you know. But it sounds much better when you add the C to the arpeggio, right? So it's as opposed to, right? I just can't do it fast. That's what you're playing there. You know? So a piano player would add a little embellishment to it, you know. Something like that. But really, we're getting into a bad sustained pedal, and you know, I haven't been playing for an hour. It takes me like an hour to just start hooking on the piano. But so it can be done, and the way that you would remember that now, is this more important? What we were talking about is how would we remember that? A C pentatonic scale might help. Okay, but then you got to hit this C. So you can do the little A minor at the end.